Developing news. To many, it sounded like a massive explosion in Southington this morning, but police could not find a source. And now other communities are investigating similar reports after hearing this bang. Channel 3 eyewitnesses Eva Zamara spoke with police departments across our state to find out how they're working to put the pieces of this puzzle together. Eva.
Well, good evening, Dennis. People that I spoke with today say what happened this morning is unlike anything they've ever experienced before, and now they're just shocked to find out that people in other communities were also impacted.
Shook the house to the frame. It literally was that solid of a hit.
Randy Bonomi was sitting at home watching the news when he thought something hit his home in Southington Monday morning.
I went out in the garage to check to see what could have possibly happened.
After he didn't find anything, Randy ran to check his attic. He says it.
Just bewilderment. Couldn't quite figure out what exactly it could have been.
And Randy wasn't alone. Teresa Messner, who lives nearby, was out walking her dog around 10:30 when she heard what's being described as a loud explosion.
He stopped. I stopped. It was unbelievable.
When she got back to her house,
the neighbor came outside. The kids were outside looking, and it was strange.
Southington police say they received nearly 40 phone calls from people who live in town, saying their homes rattled and they heard a boom. Police dispatched crews to investigate what might have caused this, but there weren't any power outages. They didn't find any property damage, and they didn't spot any smoke. Other communities here in Connecticut received similar reports. Southington police say Wolcott, Waterbury, and Cheshire police departments are also looking into the calls they got. Cheshire police told me over the phone they sent multiple officers to check things out and looked everywhere. They're sharing what information they find out with Southington in hopes of solving this head-scratching mystery. While police are not ruling anything out at this point, we did reach out to the New Haven Earthquake Center as well as the Weston Observatory. Right now, there is no record of a quake.
Residents say there's something strange happening in the Uptown area and they want answers. On multiple occasions, they've heard a loud boom, some even reporting the sound follows a flash of light. Jade Cunningham joins us now with what people are saying about this noise. Jade?
Well, they say that they don't really know what to think because it is just so bizarre and strange. I spoke with several people who tell me this has been happening since the start of December and nobody has a clue as to what it is or where it's coming from.
It's not birds, nor is it a plane.
This is more like a deeper concussion or a boom.
And it's probably not this.
Leah thinks it's aliens. So
yeah, I was about to say, don't say that.
Maybe a zombie apocalypse happening across the street.
But all laughing aside, people all over Uptown are asking, what is it?
And you can see sky back there. And it happened back there. Like I said, it could have been 5 miles or 1 mile. I'm not sure. It could have been a few blocks over.
For weeks, a loud boom has rattled quiet neighborhoods at night or early in the morning.
It's so loud it made you come outside to see if something blew up.
The wreckers say they heard it last month.
Probably around 6:30, 7 o'clock, and it sounded like a bomb went off underneath our house, rattled the whole house, scared everybody.
It was the loudest sound I can think of without an actual explosion going off next to your house.
They're not alone. Hundreds have posted at nextdoor.com with questions.
Nobody's heard what the cause was, and we all want to know.
There's a lot of speculation as to what could be causing these booms, maybe a blown transformer, fireworks, or some sort of activity that's taking place along the river. But those who've heard this noise say it's just too powerful to be any of that.
It's very loud. It shook the house.
It felt like it was just over in the air somewhere, like something bursting in the air.
The Sewerage and Water Board says it's not them, and according to our partner Uptown Messenger, the Port of New Orleans says they're not involved either. Now New Orleans police and fire responded to calls, but found nothing.
The good thing is we haven't heard of any injuries or anything like that, so that's good. It's just, hopefully it's just somebody trying to have fun and scare people.
New Orleans police sent a response from the 2nd District commander saying the same week that report was made to them. Harbor Police told officers there may have been some containers which may have fallen over on the river port. But since then, officers have not found a cause to any of the boom sounds. For more on this, you can go to our website, wwltv.com.
No other way to explain it other than a loud boom.
One neighbor.
It's odd, very odd.
After another.
I felt the concussion. You can feel the concussion from it.
Each reported hearing a loud boom around 5:40 last night.
Daryl came out, next door neighbor was like, "Did you hear that?" I was like, "Yeah." And then they came out and was like, "Did you hear that?" I was like, "Yeah."
From those living up on the hills on Hamilton's west side to those down in the valleys, they all heard it, but saw nothing.
And of course, you come out to see if you can see smoke and stuff. There was no smoke out here.
There was no fire, no smoke, so we didn't know what it was.
No one seems to know. There were multiple calls into police.
I guess it shook everybody's house over here.
It was so bad it blew a clock off my wall.
It shook my mom's apartment. I mean, it was huge. And now all kinds of people are saying they felt it. So it was something.
But despite the calls to report the noise, police say there have been no reports of any explosions or accidents. The Hamilton Utility Department says it hasn't had any issues either. Tonight, the mystery behind the boom has the internet buzzing with theories.
As far as a sonic boom, no.
But no answers.
But it was different than firecrackers or like perhaps a transformer blowing up. I mean, it was boom, and then it was like a little bit of a rumble after that.
Now, some people I spoke with said maybe it was a sonic boom, but others say they don't think it was because they didn't hear any jets. So this may be something we may never get an answer to. Reporting live in Hamilton tonight, Karen Johnson, WLWT.